In a quiet, sun-dappled village nestled among rolling green hills, lived a girl named Lena. She wasn't a princess, nor did she have any grand titles. She was simply Lena, a girl with a heart full of kindness and a spirit brimming with curiosity. Her favorite pastime was exploring the forgotten corners of the world, especially the old ivy-choked ruins of a castle that stood silhouetted against the sunset on a nearby hill. The villagers whispered tales of ghosts and ancient kings, but Lena only saw a place full of untold stories. One sunny afternoon, while venturing deeper into the crumbling castle than ever before, she stumbled into a dusty, forgotten chamber. Sunlight streamed through a crack in the ceiling, illuminating a single object on a stone table, an old, tarnished silver candlestick. It was intricately carved with vines and roses, but it was coated in a thick layer of grime and neglect. Most would have overlooked it, but Lena saw the forgotten beauty beneath. With a gentle smile, she carefully wrapped it in her shawl and carried it back to her small cottage, determined to restore its shine. Back home, as the evening sun cast a warm glow through her window, Lena began to clean the candlestick. She hummed a soft tune as she polished the silver, her movements gentle and careful. As she worked away the years of tarnish, a strange thing happened. A soft, magical light began to pulse from within the candlestick, growing brighter with each gentle rub of her cloth. Lena paused, her eyes wide with wonder. The light swirled and coalesced, and then a voice echoed in the quiet room. It was a soft, sad voice, filled with a deep, echoing loneliness. "Thank you," the voice whispered. Lena looked around, confused. The room was empty. "Down here," the voice said again, and she realized it was coming from the candlestick itself. "Who are you?" she asked, her heart pounding with a mix of fear and fascination. The voice sighed, a sound like wind through a keyhole. "I am, or I was, Prince Alaric." The prince then told his sorrowful tale. He had been arrogant and selfish, and a powerful witch, offended by his vanity, had cursed him. She had transformed him into this silver candlestick, decreeing that he would remain trapped in this form until someone showed him true, selfless kindness. For 100 years, he had sat in that lonely castle, gathering dust, his hope slowly fading away like a dying flame. Lena's heart ached for the trapped prince. She didn't see a cursed object. She saw a lonely soul in need of a friend. From that day on, she never left the candlestick's side. She placed him on her windowsill where he could feel the sun and see the birds. She talked to him for hours, sharing stories of her village, describing the colors of the sunset, and telling him about her dreams. She read him books of adventure and sang him lullabies. She treated him not as a magical artifact, but as Alaric, her dear friend. As the days turned into weeks, a genuine bond formed between them. Alaric, in turn, told her stories of his kingdom, of courtly dances and sprawling gardens. He learned humility and empathy from Lena's simple, genuine goodness. The soft light within the candlestick grew warmer and more constant, a reflection of the hope and friendship that now filled his heart. But their newfound peace was not to last. Far away, in her dark tower, the evil witch felt a tremor in her magic. The curse she had woven so tightly a century ago was beginning to unravel. Enraged that her power was being challenged by a simple village girl, she summoned her dark energies. A storm of black clouds and purple lightning gathered, and with a shriek of fury, she flew towards the old castle, determined to reclaim her cursed prize and ensure the prince remained a candlestick forever. The sky darkened ominously as the witch descended upon the ruins. Lena and Alaric were visiting the castle, their special place, when the air grew cold and the scent of ozone filled the air. The witch appeared in a whirlwind of shadows, her eyes glowing with malice. "The candlestick is mine," she shrieked, her voice cracking like thunder. She pointed a gnarled finger, and a bolt of dark magic shot towards Alaric. Lena didn't hesitate. She didn't even think. In that split second, her only instinct was to protect her friend. She threw herself in front of the candlestick, wrapping her arms around it and shielding it with her own body. "No," she cried out. "You won't hurt him." The dark magic struck her, but instead of harming her, it met the pure, impenetrable shield of her selfless love. It was the ultimate act of kindness, protecting another without any thought for her own safety. It was the key the curse had been waiting for. A blinding, brilliant light erupted from the candlestick, engulfing the entire chamber. It was a light of pure goodness and gratitude, so powerful that it shattered the witch's dark spell. The witch screamed as the light repelled her magic, her shadowy form dissolving into nothingness until she was completely gone, vanquished by a power she could never understand, the power of a kind heart. As the light subsided, Lena slowly opened her eyes. The silver candlestick was gone. In its place stood a tall, handsome man with kind eyes and a grateful smile. Prince Alaric, free at last. The curse was broken. He looked at Lena, his heart overflowing with a love and admiration that transcended gratitude. He was no longer the arrogant boy who had been cursed, but a man made better by friendship and redeemed by love. "You saved me," he said, his voice no longer a sad whisper, but full and warm. Lena simply smiled, her heart full. Prince Alaric took her hand, and together, they left the crumbling ruins behind. He returned to his kingdom, which magically restored itself to its former glory the moment the curse was lifted. But he didn't return alone. He brought Lena with him, not as a guest, but as his queen. The kingdom celebrated the return of their prince and the arrival of their kind-hearted queen, who had proven that the greatest magic of all isn't found in spells or wands, but in the simple, selfless act of loving another. And so, the prince and the village girl, bound by a most unusual friendship, lived happily ever after. Thank you so much for watching our story today. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to like and subscribe for more magical tales. See you next time.